Okay, yeah, recording has started, so you can get going, Linnea.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Catherine. Yeah, good day, everyone. So I should only say good afternoon to those in US. It doesn't seem like anyone is from the Asian Pacific area in this audience today. My name is Linnea Wang, and I'm from National Breast Cancer Foundation in Sydney, Australia. It's such a pleasure to join the Blackboard Developer Conference this year, and I've attended a couple in the past, which I didn't attend the live ones. I just watched the on demand, but I find those sessions are really, really inspiring and helpful. So this year I'm here to share some of my experience and hopefully to give some food for thoughts for you as well. I have to say that I attended one session just half an hour ago from Nicole to share some journeys to use Power Automate. It totally resonates with myself, and if you haven't catch that, I do recommend to watch that on demand. It's really good. Basically just has all the experience that I had with Power Automate. Yeah, so a little bit about myself. I'm the head of Data and Insight, National Breast Cancer Foundation. We are located in Sydney, Australia, and our vision is to stop death from breast cancer by funding valuable researchers. I have been with NBCF for over 5 years now, and I really enjoyed working with my colleagues because everyone is so passionate about our cause, and we really value innovation in fundraising. And prior to working with NBCF, I had been a Blackboard consultant in the Blackboard Pacific area for 3 years or so, where I had the chance to meet a lot of like-minded, talented database administrators, and I really enjoy using my knowledge and skill to help alleviate any pain points in working with Raiser's Edge. In my spare time, I like to do a little bit gardening, and I like to go bushwalking as well. And I'm a proud mom of a 4-year-old boy. And the best thing we like to do together is to build Lego. So where do we start? I'm going to take you through our journeys of enabling more automation with a team effort. So this is where we've started. I joined NBCF 5 years ago, where we only have 3 members, that's including myself. And now we have 5, but it takes time to grow. Back then, we were facing very heavy manual work. So about 30 daily importing data processes, and there's no integration with third-party platforms whatsoever. Everything has to be done manually, importing, exporting, and there's a lot of room for poor data hygiene. And because we are facing with heavy, tedious, repetitive data work, that we don't have enough time to do things that we really enjoy doing, which is like running reports or running some analysis, or do some more value-added insight for the fundraising teams. So we're all stuck. But I'm thinking there must be a way to improve all of this. So I tried a few things. First, I was thinking using macro or Power Queries in Excel to build some streamline the workflows, streamline the processings. It worked a little bit, but not very well. We still have to do a lot of importing and exporting ourselves. We also thought of maybe outsourcing it to a pro developer to build a customized tool. It's not a very cost-effective way to do that because it just costs too much. And also with a customized tool, if something has changed in the business, we need to make an adjustment, and that's not possible to do with an outsourced service. And then the Sky API came to my eyes. That I was really, really excited about this idea, and I thought, oh, that really opened a new big door for myself for automation. But the reality is that the learning curve is so deep. I taught myself with Python, and I realized that I can do only very little with my limited skills of Python, and I can't get it integrated with RENXT. It's too difficult. So I basically gave up the pro coder path. And then I'm thinking I need something that is suitable for a low coder like myself, and something that I can make agile adaptation when business changes. And I need something that integrates well with RENXT. Then I find it, the Power Platform. So this all starts with a very solo effort. So after I read the documentation, I was really excited about what I can do with it, but I haven't made anything myself. So I'm not too sure how difficult or how easy it can be. And I'm not sure like how robust the process can be. So I just initiated a small project for myself with no user interface at all. So basically no user would notice it. And the problem I'm trying to solve here is that for every new record we entered in Razor's Edge, we needed to generate a unique payment reference ID. And this ID is based on the cons ID of the constituent. And this was all done manually. We export the newly added record on a daily basis, generate the ID, and import back into Razor's Edge. So my workflow is that I schedule a Power Automate to run hourly, and then get a list of constituent from RENXT. And then for each of the record, get the lookup ID of the constituent. And then I leverage with a light-weighted Azure function to generate the payment ID. The reason I had to use this is because I can't get the function, the algorithm to work in Power Automate. And then after that, I use another connector to add this unique payment ID back into Razor's Edge as a custom field, and then drop done. So this is a really robust workflow, I have to say. Like since the time I created, maybe in 2020, 21, it runs smoothly until now. And the result is that the old workflow runs daily, and it took about like 10 minutes to process, and now it's fully automated and running at hourly basis. I know this doesn't sound like a really big improvement, but this very marginal improvement actually showed an opportunity for something really bigger. And I feel like this is amazing. I wanted to share this with my team. So, and also think that I need to get my whole team on board with this new platform. So why do I need to include my team? One person can only do so much with all your effort, but together we can achieve more. And another point I was thinking is that we need to be mutual supportive. So if I, for example, go on a holiday or win a lottery, who's going to maintain this wonderful processes? I need to have someone who back me up, and I need someone to also be able to develop and adjust the workflow as needed. And I feel like if we have all the team get involved and we have this culture of building things internally, it will be a more cost-effective way to run any improvements. And I think for any organization, it's very critical to have a culture of learning and experimenting and allow room for errors. And it's just so good for everyone to come together and brainstorm their ideas. And last but not least important, when we have more automation, we have more spare time that we can do the things that we enjoy. For example, like building reports, too soon, building reports or running analysis or generate value-added insights for fundraising teams. So I get the team actually really, really excited. I demonstrated my small workflow, and I just show them how easy it can be and how powerful it can be with all the available connectors. And the team also get very excited about this idea, and they really like the idea of liberating themselves to do from the tedious tasks and to do something that's really interesting and really innovative. So then I encourage them to start with a very small project, like a mail merge, conditional mail merge, or a gift notification. And then it just, once they're interested and they're motivated, you just can't stop someone. They just go out and look for resources themselves, and they come up with all the solutions and a beautiful product after that. So the initial small project gives them strong confidence in building more apps and workflows along the way. And then we do have some learning curves to overtake. So, but there are a lot of resources out there that we can get help with. For example, like the Blackboard developer community. There's a lot of good use cases we can borrow and we can learn from. YouTube is always a good way to learn in general automate Power Apps. And we also reach out to some external training agencies to get advanced trainings on Power Automate and Power Apps. And to have a culture of innovation, we have a fortnightly lunch and learn session where we sit together and share our ideas, share what difficulty we have run into, and how we can overcome that difficulty or how to solve that problem, just some solutions that everyone is finding. So that really creates a culture of sharing knowledge and a culture of being innovative and bringing new ideas into fruition. So after about 2 years continuous practice on various different projects, we were able to deliver over 10 Power Apps, either embedded into RENXT or standalone by themselves. And we have over 50 Power Automate that's running either on demand or on schedule or automated. And the team has now changed from just purely data processors to campaign analysts, where they can build Power BI reports and run advanced analysis. So basically, their time is freed to do things that they really enjoy and really innovative. So now I'm going to demonstrate 3 use cases that from my team that we have achieved in the past 2 or 3 years. The first is a combo of load default set and conditional mail merge. So, and both of these apps are embedded in RENXT. The load default set is just the one in RE database view, where it gives you the options of some required fields that you need to fill in. And then after you fill in all the required information, you save it into Razor's Edge. This works best for a specific record that needs a lot of required information for downstream workflows. And conditional mail merge is just choosing mail merge template based on different criteria. The second one is an engagement operation app. So this is a standalone app, not embedded into Razor's Edge. And this app is for the staff members to engage with fundraisers on a phone. So they needed to leverage with information from Razor's Edge and third-party information, and they can update actions immediately on this app. And the last one is a new baby. It's an email marketing automation. So it's fully automated workflow that upload data from Razor's Edge to our email platform, which is MailChimp. And without further ado, I'll demonstrate for you. Okay, so how do I get this started? So I pre-recorded some sessions, some videos here. So my two apps are sitting in the add-ins. So this is the default set. So people just fill in all the relevant informations they need, and then they can save back into Razor's Edge. And as you can see, I have 11 custom fields that I needed to pop in. So even without this, even for the most prudent users, it's very likely to forget one or two. So this is really good option for my users. And this is a load default set for new corporate partner, and we needed all of these information to merge into a contract later down the track, and you will see. So after submitting to Razor's Edge, it's after I refresh the page, you can see that it's all loaded to the custom fields, all 11 of them. And the next one is the conditional merge, and I think a lot of people might be already very familiar with the conditional mail merge. In our case, we needed to generate contract letters based on the value of the corporate partners. So basically, you can choose a template and generate contact. And once you've done that, a Power Automate workflow runs in the background to do the word merge, and then the word document gets sent to your inbox. Okay, like that. Done. So before the time that Blackboard terminates the function to do mail merge in the database view, our team has already got the capacity and skill set to build this mail merge by themselves. So we built this alternative workflow in RENXT for the users, for the whole organization, with no delays, and basically no workflows has been impacted, which was really, really great, really, really awesome. And the next one is a little bit more complex. I hope you can see, but it doesn't matter if you can't see it clearly. So this is the engagement operation app. So this workflow start. The reason why I say it's a bit complicated is because we leveraged a Power, it's called the Dataverse table. And I have to say that our organization transferred to a Microsoft shop just after COVID hits us. And we're basically in Office 365 and SharePoint environment already. And everything is just a cohesive ecosystem for us. So just make the development very easy. And so the workflow starts with Power Blackboard REQ runs to export a file onto the SFTP. And then a Power Automate workflow retrieves the data and it saves on to SharePoint, then triggers a Power Data workflow to refresh. And this data workflow transforms the data and then upload the result into the Dataverse table up in here. So far the data preparation is completed. And now the Power App. This is a standalone Power App outside of RENXT. So this Power App reads information from the Dataverse tables and the third-party information, and then then they display the information in a list, and on top of the list there is filters and search functions you can run, and once click a record, it goes into the detail, and in the detail page you can leverage third-party information and also generate word merge document or based on some buttons on the page, and you can update actions back into Razor's Edge. So I'll run a small demo for you. Get it started. Is it running? Okay. So yeah, this is a list of information displayed on the app. So you can do search, you can do filters, and once you got the record you want to call, basically this displays all the information that needs to that you need to leverage with the supporter. And then here is a button to generate a word merge document. And down here is a button to generate an Excel that is later used for SMS engagement. And up in here, after the phone call, you can log this action immediately back into Razor's Edge just by simply click a button over there. And I have to say, this app is really well received because our staff member is able to talk with the talk with the supporters on the phone with all the information they needed in one page, and it's very it's a streamlined work process to update that information back into Razor's Edge as a record of their completed task. So this was to that. The last one, our new baby. So this is an email marketing automation. What it does is that it's fully automated. So it starts with a REQ runs to export the data at 6 o'clock. And then once it's done, an email notification will be sent to myself. And once this email is received, Power Automate workflow will be triggered. This triggers to retrieve data from SFTP and then upload it to SharePoint, and then triggers this Power data flow to refresh. All the heavy lifting data transformation standardization happens in here. And then that is uploaded to Dataverse tables, and it's ready for the next step. And this is also automated process. So after the data flow refreshes, the next thing is the Power Automate is triggered to upload information to MailChimp. And I have a number of this that upload information to different lists on different journeys in MailChimp. I basically reads the information and from Dataverse table for each of the record, leverage with a HTTP request utilizing the MailChimp API, and then update depending on the condition, whether it's a new record or it's an existing record, make an update or add a new record. And then at the end of the workflow, a team message will be sending to the users to notify that it's completed and give you a little stats of how many record has been updated, added, unsubscribed, or failed. And this is all at the end of the workflow. All the Dataverse tables will be cleaned up for the next day's operation. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate a few key points in here. In the workflow. So this is the one to refresh, to retrieve the data flow. So I use a connector to link to the SFTP for each of the records saved to SharePoint, and then triggers this data flow to refresh. And this is the data flow. I have all these tables or data sources on the side, and then it uploads to the SharePoint Dataverse table. Sorry. Sorry. This is the part to upload to MailChimp. Read from the list. Runs faster than I can speak. Configure the payload, which is the information I needed to upload to MailChimp. And then here is a step to look at whether this new information is existing or not. If it is a subscribed account, then make an update using the patch function, patch method. And if it's not subscribed, meaning that it's unsubscribed or cleaned, then it logs that condition as well. Then if it's not an existing content account, then add a new one from this step. Then if it's failed, then because all of the previous steps are failed or run out of time, then a failed record will be logged. And at the end, a team message is sent. Okay, I think that's all the demonstration. And I really like, because I like Lego, and I really like the idea of the metaphor that Blackboard guys used to describe different the API components. For me, I think the Power Platforms is more like the Lego Duplos or the classic pieces, where it's fully open-end play. And with all of these pieces available, just add your imagination, use your hand, and you can build something for yourself. And by the way, this is done by my 4-year-old boy, which I'm very proud of. And I know even with a lens of a proud mom, it's probably not the best thing in the world, but let's face it, we're not a pro developer. This is the best we can make. And worst case, worst case, if something breaks up, we can totally fix it. So it's our baby, it's our thing. So I really enjoyed working with the Power Platform. It just gives so much possibilities. And I have to say that during this whole journey, both me and my team, we enjoyed this innovation, and we feel like being together, sky is the limit. It's just use your imagination, use your skills. It's just, you can create a lot of things. So yeah, that's from me. Thank you very much.